All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I'm back with another video here. A little bit of a different setup for the first couple of games for me. For tonight and Saturday, I'll be in this spot since I have watch parties and stuff. It's kind of a little different with just the setup that I have and all of that stuff, and just kind of bringing stuff to the studio, everything. So that just to keep that in mind, that's kind of how this is going to go for the first like two games. Then after on, I'll pretty much be back in the studio. But if there's a game that I have a watch party, most likely the game recap will be done from right here in the basement. But Flyers win 4-2. First game of the year. A lot of good things in this one. First of all, you won, right? That was one of the big things. A 4-2 win against a team where, Columbus is interesting, right? I mean, they have a new lineup, a new team. Unfortunately, Werenski gets injured for them. We'll see what kind of happens there. But the Flyers, they proved in this game, at least to start the season, that they can really compete, and they're going to bring that. I mean, we saw that last year, right? I mean, you saw the effort that they brought out of this, and that they were able to bring out of the team. That's kind of where the Flyers are at right now. I mean, they're in this point where you're still trying to gain some respect, and I think they're doing it slowly. Tonight is a step in the right direction for the season. It's a first game. It's a win. Collectively as a team, I thought it was a good game. Did anyone really play bad, in my opinion? No. Could there have been maybe some better games? I think so. But overall, I mean, again, it's the first game. It gets a little overhyped, right? I mean, I talked about that on Flyers warm up. Me and Bill Meltzer talked about that a little bit. So there's that too, right? But again, for the first game, for not us, me not covering an actual official Flyers game since April 13th, it feels good, and it was a nice win, a really solid win. Super happy with how the game kind of played out, and I think some of the team tendencies that I talked about in the later part of the preseason carried over a little bit, and that's what you want to see. You want to see those things kind of carry over. As for the lines in this one, Farabee with Couturier and Brink, Tippett with Frost and Atkinson, Lawton with Cates and Konechny, Delorier with Paling and Hathaway. Defense, York, Sanheim, Stahl, Walker, Zamula, and Sealer. And Carter Hart was in net for this one, and he was fantastic. Had a couple really nice saves early, and then the Flyers get one 3:33 into this game. Joel Farabee scores. It was a 2-0 slam dunk. Couturier gets on the board, his first point in a long time for Coots, since December 18th in that last game that he played. You love to see it, man. You love to see Couturier getting a point. Just awesome stuff, right? I mean, he comes back. I thought Coots actually had a really good game tonight. I thought there were some plays. He was really aggressive on the forecheck. That was one thing, as a team, right? But with Couturier, specifically, you saw that. The long stick, getting in on guys. He wasn't afraid to be physical. And you saw that in the preseason, and Coots has continued that. So it was really nice to see that. And just the Flyers, get on the board first, right? I mean, scoring first wasn't an issue. Second periods was an issue last year. You saw those little things kind of change. So they end up getting, they score first and a good second period. But as the first period went on, a couple good shifts after that goal, good shift by the Frost line. I think the Flyers have, for the first couple of minutes, they did a pretty good job of cleaning up in front of Hart. Obviously Columbus had scored, and Bean would tie it off of a play where that was exactly what happened, right? It was they don't clean up the rebound, and Bean kind of slam dunk right there. Not much Hart can do. It was also kind of a longer shift too. So it's 1-1. You're thinking to yourself, okay, we're kind of back back going a little back and forth. I thought teams were trading chances. Flyers had some one and done, so did Columbus, and it was a good start to the first period for sure. But one thing the Flyers were doing, which I really noticed early on, and I mentioned this on stream, was a lot of pressure after the goal. Like they would get into the zone, or Columbus would coming through the center ice, and the Flyers would have either one or two guys there, the first winger, if it was Coots, obviously at center, whoever it was, they did a really good job of clogging up the middle of the ice, and it led to a lot of chances for the Flyers in transition, specifically the second goal from Travis Konechny, the Flyers' second goal, Konechny's first of the game. Really nice play. I mean, it's a small little 2-on-2 drop pass with Lawton and Konechny, man. He's so good at that shot, skating one way, shooting left, that kind of dip of the shoulder, getting the shot off. He had a couple goals like that against Columbus last year, the backhander real high on Emer's Lincoln's, and this one he beats him posting, and I didn't even know it went in at first. Really, really nice, man. I mean, super, super nice play. And the Flyers have a 2-1 lead up until this point, and as for where they were at, again, just a good, strong period overall. They have a 2-1 lead. They forced a lot of turnovers. The forecheck was good. They get into the second period. They forced a lot behind the net. And then this was one of the things that the second period was a problem with, was it felt like if they had a good first period, it just tailed off. Like they could not get their legs back. And again, I know it's the first game, but it's a good start. It doesn't mean you should overlook it. Will it be the same 10, 15, 25, 30 games in? Probably not. But that doesn't mean you want to start off on the wrong foot and give up 4 goals in the second period. You know what I mean? So this is what I wanted to see. You know what I mean? It was little things, team tendencies that were getting better towards the preseason from the first game where they lost 6-0 to the last game that the Flyers ended up winning. It's been the little things, and I think forcing the plays in the neutral zone. The fourth line was incredible tonight in that area, forcing plays, just really good puck support along the wall, and just the speed from some of the guys. Poehling has been a great addition for the money, for the role. He's younger. He obviously can grow with that. I mean, it's not a block of anyone. You know what I mean? He's not really blocking a young guy or anything like that. He's still young himself, being 24. There's things there that I really like with Poehling, and I think he had a really strong game tonight. A couple good plays on the penalty kill. I think the PK had some good moments in this game too. But for the fourth line, they showed their presence in this game early, and obviously they had the Werenski play, unfortunately, in this period, which was tough. And then a couple minutes before that, you had the 4-on-4. Hart had really nice saves on Danforth in front. It was a breakdown in front. Probably one of the only few crazy breakdowns in this game that was like, whoa, what's going on here? That was probably one of the only ones. Hart made really nice save, though, square to the shooter, didn't really move, let him made the first move and just stoned him with the glove. But Werenski goes down here. Tough play, man. I mean, you hate to see that. He's such a good player, such a good defenseman. Obviously, he's the number 1D there. And Provorov has a turnover here for Columbus. Noah Cates with a chance in tight. Cates forced that one. Cates had a couple really solid plays. Again, doing what Noah Cates does, right? The little plays, getting in with the stick. He's so incredibly smart with the stick that it's awesome to see that. Columbus did get a power play on the play from Hathaway, the knee. They reviewed it. They said it could have been a major. Obviously, that's because of the injury. I didn't agree with that being even reviewed, to be honest. Like during the play, it's not. The ref's standing there looking right at it. Like, I'm not trying to, belittle the injury, but I mean, come on. If you do that, I mean, they have a play for that, but if it's a high stick that's your own teammate or a delay a game that might not be you, it's still it's not reviewable. Like I just don't understand. It could not be you. It could go off the glass, and then there's no review. It's a penalty. So why is there a review for something that could have been an intent to injure? You know what I mean? It just doesn't really make much sense to me. Obviously, again, it's because of the injury, but I think there's little things that they could fix with that. So third period, again, forcing turnovers. Columbus gets a power play early. Flyers had some good sticks, breaking up passes. The one thing that was good was the Flyers were able to draw 2 penalties on Columbus while they were shorthanded. 2 sets of 4-on-4 in this period. Flyers they drew one here. It was a hold on taxi, a really nice smart play by Hathaway, man. He's been such a good signing, Hathaway. They forced a lot of turnovers again. That was the biggest thing from tonight. Flyers had sticks on guys. They were, speedy through the neutral zone. They were able to create a lot in transition that led to drawing penalties, taking the extra step, not just standing still, moving your feet, the little things. And it really led to A, getting power plays, B, scoring some of the goals. It was just a major factor in this game. They just played a really sharp game, in my opinion. And when you look at it, Brink had a chance and tight off the pass from Couturier, almost slipped in. I was really hoping that would have been a goal. Could have been Brink's first NHL goal. They do get a power play though. They really didn't get much going off of that. Columbus gets a power play. Gaudreau took the penalty. Then he draws one. It was a trip on Saul, who I thought had a pretty good game for the Flyers. Couple tough plays, maybe just in transition and keeping more of the it was more like same side stuff. Like he would throw it one way and Walker would be on the other side or something. It was like little passes like that. Somebody had mentioned it in the live stream as well, and I was noticing it too. Like little things like that. It was a really nice save on Marchenko for Hart. Lawton ends up drawing a hook. The Flyers do get a power play. I didn't love that Torts was going already with the two defensemen on the power play. You're up a goal. I get it. Maybe it's just the conservative approach, but I'd like to see some shooters out there. I'm not saying that Zamula or Cam York can't play the power play. I'm just saying I don't love the 2D already. You know what I mean? Are we really playing, that type of style, that like conservative style? I understand it. I just don't know if I agree with it because I again, you're up a goal. It's not like you're tied or anything like that. You have the lead, and it's a little different to me. Atkinson would make it 3-1. It was a turnover from Provorov at the point that's fitting. And then the Jackets had a chance after. They scored to make it 3-2. Line A would score. The Flyers were a little scrambly late. Unfortunately, I would have liked them soon to just kind of close it out and not have that big of an issue late, but they close it out. And they win this one 4-2. Connecting would get his second of the game. And, man, Connecting is already he's already starting on a good foot, man. Like, it's something you want to see. I mentioned in the stream that I genuinely think he could be the guy who is the first 40 goal scorer since Jeff Carter. With the way he's been playing, his style, the way he scores goals, the speed, everything, it's definitely possible. So we shall see. Yeah, thanks everybody again for all the support as always. It was really fun tonight, from Flyers warm up to the watch party, now recording this. And I'll be back at it again, doing it all over again on Saturday for game 2. Flyers taking on the Senators at 1:00. And then I will personally be at the home opener. So I'm not sure about Flyers warm up that day, but we will be doing some different type of content. So stay tuned for that as always. And I will talk to you guys all again soon.